Now section 7.2 on page 101 onwards deals with the diagonal properties of four-sided shapes. So let's look at what Michel says in question 3, then we'll talk about it. Michel says that the diagonals of a rectangle bisect the angles. Actually, they don't. So the angles A and B, A and C are both 45. Alright, so she reckons they're both 45, and so B has got to be 90. Why is she wrong? Very simple. The diagonals of the rectangle bisect the angles. They do not. I must say it very clearly. So the diagonals in a rectangle do not bisect the angle. Now obviously the diagonals bisect each other, and therefore this length will be the same as that length, and this length will be the same as that length, so we get two isosceles triangles there, and also top and bottom, they're also isosceles, but they don't bisect each other at 90 degrees, so B is not going to be 90 anyway, and therefore if B is not 90, these A's and C's simply cannot be 45 each, otherwise the whole thing would have to come up to 180 degrees, and if B is not 90, then A and C cannot together add up to 90. Very simple. So the angles in a rectangle do not bisect the angle. End of story. Now the diagram in question 4 shows a rhombus A, B, C, D. A and C and B and D are the diagonals, and I'm told that angle ABD, ADB, middle one of course is the important part, is 32. Calculate DAC, in other words this angle here. Well, here we go. I can tell you for sure, not only do the diagonals bisect each other, they also cross at 90 degrees as well. Really important. So to work out angle A, I simply say this: 180, take away 90, and then take away the 32, because you know the angles in a triangle add up to 180, don't you? So that's going to be 180, take away 122, let's do that in my head, and that's going to be 78 degrees. So that's that. So why was it possible? Because the angles in a rhombus where all these sides are the same length, the diagonals bisect each other at 90, and they also bisect the angle here incidentally. So believe it or not, this is also 32 degrees. Alright, absolutely true. It's not asking me for that. I think that comes a little later on. But anyway, for that reason, this is 90 and that's 32. The leftovers go to angle A, which is 78. Turning over, and here we are. I'm sure we're going to apply it right now. I've got to calculate in question 6 all the angles A to F, and I've got to give a reason. Well, alright then, I'll try. Well, straight away let's go for angle A, and I can see I've got a rhombus there. All these four sides are the same, and it's gone wonky, so it's a wonky square, and that's therefore a rhombus. Let me just write it down. And let's start going for the reasons. So A equals 90 degrees. Why? The diagonals bisect each other at right angles. Right, that's it. For angle B, well, let's just put in a 90 there so we can see it's part of our future sums. Angle B, well look, if that's 32, so is that. The reason being, the diagonals, again, I should have said in a rhombus really, so I'll do it now. Diagonals of a rhombus, I can't spell it correctly. The diagonals of a rhombus, bisect the angles. So alright, so that cuts these little bits in half, and this one cuts those two bits in half. Alright, angle C, well that's very easy. Let's write in my 32 here, and you can see that I've got a triangle adding up to 180. So let's just work it out. Angle C is going to be 180, take away the 90 and the 32 in the corner, and that will give us 180 take away 122, leaves us with 58 degrees. So why is that the case? Let's just state it in black and white. The angles, now I'm going glitchy again, the angles in a triangle add up to glitchy. Oh, come on. Add up to 180 degrees. There's no reason for this. Right. D, very, very easy. If I can write it, is going to be 180 take away angle C, which is 58. It's not letting me do it. And that's going to be 122 degrees. What's the reason? The angles on a straight line here add up to 180. So let's just select that and get our marks. Equals 180 degrees. Now over to here, I've got a rectangle because this side is parallel to that one, and this side's parallel to that one, and there you go, it's a rectangle, simple as that. What have I got? That's angle E. Now angle E is also going to be 38 degrees because we formed an isosceles triangle, haven't we? That's a rectangle, and that's the middle of the rectangle. Then this length equals that length. I have an isosceles triangle, so I'm going to say that. E equals 38 degrees. Isosceles triangles have two angles the same. And F, well, if it's an isosceles triangle, I take away these two 38s from 180. It'll be 180 take away two lots of 38. We jump straight into an answer there. So I've got 180 take away two 38s are 76. That gives me 104 degrees. So what's the reason? Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's what I want to say about that. Now I need to try and sort out why this machine keeps wanting to stop me from writing. So I might have to deal with a little Trojan and I'll be back. Thank you.